My photography had hit a wall. Despite years of practice, I wasn't seeing any improvement. I needed to try something different. It was early January, so I decided my New Year's resolution would be to figure out my style. Not only did that decision change my photography almost right away, it changed the course of my entire life. Whatever your skill level, if you're serious about improving and getting your work noticed, nothing comes close to working out your photographic style. Probably because this is an area so many photographers overlook. I'm going to show you why having your own style is so important and steps you can take today to help uncover it. But first of all, what do we even mean by style? While opinions vary, to me, your style is your artistic voice. It's how you uniquely perceive and capture the world through your photographs. Think of your style as your signature. It's a blend of your favorite themes, subjects, the emotions you evoke, and your basic approach to light and color. You express your style or voice in choices you make both behind the camera and during editing. Most photographers, myself included, initially pay little attention to style. If we want to improve, we focus on shooting different subjects, honing our technical skills, learning to better understand exposure, or even buying new gear. But it's discovering our style that truly elevates our work. I've met a lot of different photographers over the years, and I noticed that those who have a background in other types of visual art, like drawing or painting, often excel in photography. Their technical skills might have been average, but they understood how to express themselves and their artistic voice. They had something to say. Now, I'm not trying to say that gear or technical skills don't matter. I'm saying finding your style in photography or discovering your artistic voice matters more. This realization dawned on me after getting some candid feedback on my work. I heard that my images were technically sound, but they lacked uniqueness. They didn't stand out. There was no coherent style. In fact, I didn't really have a style. So that New Year's Day a few years back, I awoke determined to redefine my approach. This was the year I would do better. But why is having your own style so important, even for non-professionals? For me, before finding my style, inspiration was scarce. I often felt there was nothing interesting to photograph. But once I worked out my style, ideas just seemed to flow endlessly. Photography became much more intuitive. I understood what aligned with my aesthetic and what didn't. So shooting became so much easier. I started going deeper into my subjects and seeing what others didn't notice. It was like a whole new world that opened up. I knew what I wanted to say, and I started editing my photos with intention. I wasn't chasing the latest trend or using presets I thought would look cool. Every action from shooting to post-processing to printing became deliberate, a deliberate choice to express my vision either for each image or for an entire series. I should explain something before going further. I had been an amateur photographer for a long time, but I had never seen myself as talented or creative. I rarely shared my work with others and never on social media. So for me, the main benefit of working out my style was that I finally started producing work I was proud of. And that led to starting an Instagram account. Now, the growth on Instagram was gradual, but soon my profile began to draw in followers who liked what I was doing. People reached out to express their admiration for my work, and many of them told me how much they liked my style. Because I had worked out my style, it was easy to make my feed look cohesive, and that attracted an even wider audience. Some were other photographers, but most were just people who seemed to like my work. I even started getting well-known painters following me, and that's when I realized I was onto something. Now, not everyone liked my style. Some people told me so, which was okay, because that's kind of the idea. If you have your own style, not everyone is going to like what you do. I mean, your work will be different from other photographers. So some people won't like it, but there will also be people who love it. And if you put yourself out there, they will find you. People started finding me. Photography was still just a hobby, but some people inquired about hiring me or buying prints. Fellow photographers sought my advice and asked if I would train them. So 8 months ago, I launched this YouTube channel leading to sponsorship offers and more training requests. None of that would have happened if I hadn't worked out my style. So how did I discover my style, and how can you find yours? Some will say that your style finds you, not the other way around, but I believe in a more proactive approach. Your style may eventually find you, but I've seen generic photos from people who spent a lifetime in photography, and I've seen amazing work from people just starting out. I think it's also important to realize that we've all been inspired by others, and whether you actively seek that inspiration out or not, we're all standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. From the day that you were born, you've seen millions of images, from still photos to paintings to movies. Music and poetry have seeped their way into your consciousness. All of these form the foundation of your style and give you a visual language. But to really discover your unique voice, there comes a time when we have to shut off all these external influences and look inward. And that time is now. If you want to be recognized for your work, you have to tap into your personality, creating art that reflects who you are. The good news is that no matter who you are or when you first picked up a camera, your unique voice or style has always been with you. You may not be able to see it yet. It's likely hidden under years of comparing your work to others, or chasing the latest trend, or following the technical rules they tell us to follow. So how do we uncover it? The best way is to turn off all distractions. Sit quietly with just pen and paper. Now, you can type this up on your computer, but pen and paper usually works better. I find it helpful to do a mind map. I talked about mind maps in some of my other videos. You're going to write a description of what makes you you. So think about what gets your heart racing. What gives you comfort? What are some of the things that you believe in? Why are you a photographer in the first place? In other words, who are you? Now, these are not always easy questions to answer, but some introspection might reveal patterns that have shaped your perspective. If you're not sure how to answer, start with, what are you interested in besides photography? When you have some free time, what do you like to do? Now, try to go back even further. When you were a child, what were some of your earliest memories? What did you like doing back then? This is worth spending some time on. If you put some thought into answering these questions, something will start to emerge, a voice that is yours. And this voice will become the basis of your personal style. So you should compare your self-reflections with your favorite photographs that you've taken. Do you see any parallels? If not, that's okay. You've still uncovered something valuable that will guide your future work. But how do you take what you've learned about yourself and use it to create work that is uniquely yours? So you get the most out of this, I've created a free email course. You can get it in the description below. I will walk you through this whole process with examples and show you how you can use it to generate ideas for photo shoots, or even start a whole new series, all shot in your own unique style. If you can commit about 10 to 15 minutes a day for the next few days, you'll have everything you need to get started. In the meantime, if you found any of this helpful or have questions, drop a like or comment below, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with my latest videos. I'll see you in the next one.